Objective Fan. The Objective Fan.
What's up, Knicks Nation? Welcome to the show. And as always, we have a whole lot to talk about. So we got to have a real conversation today. And this is a real question. All right. And I need honest answers. I don't want the Knick fanboy answer. But what I need from you guys today is a realistic answer to how you would grade Leon Rose moves this offseason. Not future moves. All the moves up until this point. And the Cleveland Cavaliers made some moves, but they still haven't gotten over the hump in terms of being a realistic threat to the Knicks. Also, when you look at the recent wave of NBA champions, you notice certain patterns. But the great Leon Rose, we're going to talk about how he managed to avoid what I call the Jokic trap. And Josh Hart, our flagship topic. Does he really want $73 million a year? We're going to break down some of the politics of the Josh Hart extension. Also, since everybody's weighing in on Josh Hart's contract, I want you guys to tell me what you think his contract should be. What should the number be? What's the value? Let's have a level-headed Knicks talk conversation on this episode of the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. What's good? I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. Man, you know the vibes. Tell a friend that we live, man. Hey. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. In New York City, the weather is nice. But before we begin this show, we do have to address the proper formality. We have to smash that like button. So as you enter the show, smash that like button so we can let the YouTube algorithm know that this is the place to be. And we're still cooking with hot grease. By the way, you might as well subscribe because we know that well over half of you guys who watched in the last 28 days are not subscribed. So subscribe now and help us close the gap. We're on the road to 10K subs. Each time we reach new subscriber milestones, we do have special giveaways. And in order to find out when the next giveaway will be, all you have to do is subscribe and hit that bell icon. Speaking of giveaways, I want to salute to my man, J-Tap Mob. He wants me to do a contest. We're going to give away a pair of OG Anunoby sketches, man. So we're setting that up. All I'm going to tell you is if you want to be a part of that giveaway, you better tune in and tap into these shows. Because you just never know when we'll pull the trigger. And continue smashing that like button. Let me see who's in the chat. So yeah, we do got the next giveaway, courtesy of my man, J-Tap Mob. What's good, Mellow Mike? Hey, yo, Mellow Mike, are we hooping this Monday? What's up, Mellow Mike? Let me know if we hooping this Monday. Salute to you, OKF Nation, the Westchester Knicks correspondent. Big time salute to my man, Kev, OKF Nation. What's good? Flatbush Dre, I see you. Marie B, in the place to be. OKF Nation. Papa Giorgio, what's good? Good to see you. in the building. By the way, thank you for the jewels. Rams defense, what's going on? All right. Salute to everybody as you guys continue to enter the show. My man Papa Giorgio, man, OKF Nation once again. Jesse, OKF Nation. Matter of opinion, OKF Nation. Man, what a day. I'm sorry. I'm technically not late. I did content earlier today. Salute to all the channel members once again, OKF Nation. Y'all know I did the Objective Fan Hoops video. My apologies. Nobody really showed up today, so it wasn't a lot of hoops. It was just me talking and working out. But you know, that's just how I get down. Because no matter what or who shows up, I'm gonna get my workout in. You feel me? And that's just what it is. So what I may do, I'm thinking about going back on Monday. So when we go back on Monday, you know, we'll see who shows up. I'm trying to see if my man Mellow Mike will pull up. He talking about he want to do a 7-game series of one-on-ones. You better stop. But salute to all the channel members, man. I do appreciate you guys. Just to give you a heads up on the schedule as well. I'm not sure if I'm coming back tonight. If some news breaks, you know, if the news break, I'm coming back. You know how I get down, right? Or if it happens during the show, we'll just, we'll unpack it. But I may do NBA Saturdays tomorrow for all the NBA Saturday people. We kind of was in limbo. We wanted to shut it down because we have other ideas. But I think I might bring back NBA Saturday for one more week. And salute to all the NBA Saturday fans. Also, Sunday, members only Sundays. All right. I know we had a real dicey show the other day, but I'm thinking we might still review the finals. We're going to go through the calls on Sunday. So channel members, prepare to, be an investigative reporter. Right? Even though reporter's job is to investigate, but that's a whole nother topic. But that's what it is. So we'll do that on Sunday. By the way, just want to let you guys know the New York edition of the 82 Night series is still available for pre-order. All right. And for a limited time, it comes with free shipping. I'm going to put the link to the link tree in the chat. All right. So you will be able to place your pre-orders. I will discuss more about this later, but heads up on that. All right. But once again, salute to my man J-Tap for giving away the OG Ananobis. We're going to do that next week. So make sure you guys are in the building. Okay. What else I wanted to say? I think that's it on the announcement front. I want y'all to be real today. I need a real answer about what you think about Leon Rose. What is his grade right now? Like, if this is like the mid-season of the off-season, what is his halfway off-season grade? I need y'all to keep it real in the field. Also, we talking about Josh Hart contracts, since everybody wants to talk about the money. All right, so I figured we talk about the money, the bag, the moolah. All right. And I'm gonna go over some particulars, what makes his contract a little bit more complicated. His situation a little more. It's not complicated, but it's just more. To me, it's more complicated than Towns. It has more moving parts. I think Towns is in a more powerful position as far as leverage, because what are you gonna do? Who are you gonna trade Cat for? If you trade Towns, you're at a huge disadvantage, right? Whereas Josh Hart, we'll get into the particulars of that. But I want to start off, let's start off with some good news, right? Even though we may have to have some real talk about our man Leon Rose, he's still the best in the game to me. Salute to Leon Rose. I understand that right now is hard because we're so anxious and we're waiting for the season to begin. So while we're waiting, we have a lot of thoughts and we have a lot of players that we're looking at, and we got YouTube. So we go on YouTube and we're doing our research, and we're like, this guy's good, and this guy's good, and this guy's good, and that guy's good. But you got to understand that this was a grand master plan set forth by Leon Rose of the collaboration, man. Once again, salute to them. While Dolan is behind the scenes handling the business. and helping him with the business plan and the game plan. So this was, like they said, they had a 3-4 year window, or remember he said this was like year 3 of the window. Remember that? Like, I think we need to go back and listen to what Dolan's saying. Everything Dolan has said, he's delivered on. Every single thing, from the Roommates podcast to the WFAN interviews, he said that, Cat, this is it. There is no other superstar coming. So while we were all looking at Giannis, the boss of all bosses already gave us the answer. This is it. There is nobody else. Towns was the final piece. It was Mikal, then Towns. So all of this is calculated. So it's safe to say, even though the NBA drops the ball, and it's not just the NBA, it's the writers who vote, drop the ball, how Leon Rose doesn't get a vote for GM of the year. Can you explain that to me last year? Leon Rose didn't get a vote. And I understand the bias that exists in the world and the fact that he doesn't really give these people nothing to work with because he doesn't do interviews. They hold that against him and they don't vote for him. But as a reporter, as a journalist, where is the fairness in that? Where is the objectivity in that? That's why I task myself with being the objective fan. It's a very hard place to be because I have to be fair. I can't allow my bias towards the Celtics cloud my judgment. I'll be the first one to tell you if a team is real, like the Cavs. I told you, I started the show off. I said, I ain't gonna lie. That move by the Cavs was fire. I still think we'll beat them, but I'm not just going to be so nicked out where it's like I got blinders on and I can't see what other teams are doing. I'll go to research mode really quickly. And I want to go to an article. Make sure I get this on the screen. Hold on. Okay, cool. All right. Bow. Okay, hold on. Let me get to my right spot. And I have an article here that I thought was a really interesting read from Yahoo Sports. I had another article before. I just never got a chance to really talk about it. But Yahoo does a good job of providing some information as to why the Knicks have one of the top front office in basketball. After the Knicks won the 2026 championship, all right, the first championship in over 53 years. Every day we got to remind the haters, we are the champs. The next biggest question was going to be, how would they retain the roster that brought them to the peak of the basketball glory? After winning the championship, the biggest question that the Knicks had to address was the potential mass exodus of free agents, which did not happen. We did not have, don't allow the one guy, Mitchell Robinson. Every time I think about Mitchell Robinson, I'm just thinking about this. I'm sorry. Jason Tatum. This is the sorry-ass Celtics song. So when you hear me play this song, I only play it for them. Because every time I think about the Celtics, I just think about this, man. It's facts. It's facts. So we didn't have a max exodus of free agents, all right? There were 11 players from the Knicks championship roster that were entering free agency. That's crazy. That's a crazy number. And with the owner, James Dolan, declaration that the Knicks would not enter the second apron no matter what. Once again, Dolan telling you his intentions. Dolan has been telling the truth in the media. I'm not sure if it, if the people wish that he didn't say so much, but Dolan, he doesn't hide nothing. He tells you exactly what we are not going into the second apron. No, sir. But honestly, and now, and I'm glad, I hope I've also contributed this to the community, that it wasn't a declaration. It was a question from an interviewer who asked him about the prospects of retaining the roster. He did not go on there with a mandate or made a statement as if it's worthy of one. Every owner knows you don't go into the second apron. So this announcement wasn't an announcement. It's just normal business. Sam Presti capped on the mic and nobody said nothing about it. We won't avoid the second apron. Sam Presti said that. And then when it was time to face that monster, what did he say? What did he say, ladies and gentlemen? Sam Presti said, well, we can't do it for financial issues. In my mind, I'm like, you trying to pull a Jedi mind trick. You trying to pull a Jedi mind trick. It was not about just financial issues. Yes, it is financial issues, right? Because they were facing $200 million in luxury taxes, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They had to cut down the luxury tax bill, which essentially, if you do that, you don't become a second apron team. And conveniently, right? Because hold on, let me show you how surgical I am. This is how I know they be capping, right? Because all I got to do is this. I go into the CBA, right? I was the first one to tell y'all about Deuce McBride, right? That he could sign and still be traded. Nobody else was talking about that. Everybody was saying, well, Deuce can't be traded. He can't be traded. No, he can be traded and sign the deal. But I just want to show y'all something, all right? So we're going to go to Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Now, this would be my question to the boss of all bosses over there. Well, not the boss of all bosses. The boss right under the boss, all right? So if the move was purely financial, I don't believe that. But if the move was, why are you just right under the second apron? Think about this. And you were about to spend that $6 million on the boy that went back to Denver. You put the pressure on the Nuggets. I didn't forget. But if it was about the money aspect, why not cut down more money? Why even risk going into the luxury tax? Why even risk that? I think the luxury tax is one. Let me see. The second apron is what? Where we at? We at 209 or 212? Hold on. I'm gonna get the number. The active roster is 214, and that puts them at $6 million above that. So the second apron is 209, and I think the luxury tax is around, I want to say 195, but it might be 2 as well. Anyway, nonetheless, it doesn't matter the amount. The point that I'm saying is, if it was about the bag and the tax, why not just go under the tax? Why did you just go under the apron? Think about what I'm saying. He went right under the apron. You see it. He got $6 million in space, and he was spending that. That money was gone. But Denver matched the young boy's contract. Why not cut more money? Because you're still getting hit with tax. Not as much taxes as you would, but you're still getting hit with tax. So no, it wasn't just a financial reason, even though, yes, we know the finances is a part of it. We know Oklahoma's a small market team, but it was this apron, dog. They knew they couldn't go into it. So they traded away a starter and 2 key rotational players for nothing to avoid that fate. So when Dolan makes this declaration, it's normal business. And I was trying to tell you guys that, but some of y'all didn't listen. Some of y'all still come. People still, my worst thing is like, all right, cool. My number one pet peeve, and I told this to the channel members on One Members Only Sunday. I said my biggest pet peeve is when people call the show asking me what the topic is. I really don't like that. I got a question on the screen, right? I always got the topic right there on the Blue and Orange Brunch. And this week inside the Knicks. Josh Hart won $73 million. The truth about the contract is this. So at least you could read that and know what we're talking about. That's my first pet peeve. My second pet peeve is when people come on the channel and look, they may be first time callers and that's fair and that's dandy. But when you're citing stuff I already debunked and you're coming on here, I already went over that. Oh, Dolan being cheap. I already went over that. He's not being cheap. It don't make sense to go into the second apron, but for the second year in a row, Dolan's going to have one of the highest paid rosters in basketball. Last year we were second behind the Cavs. So you could say that he's acting like he's broke and he's not spending money. Dolan has been spending money. This is the third year of our luxury tax, which will mean that next year we will face the repeaters tax, which is a whole nother show, whole nother topic. I'm gonna save that for next season. So yeah, there was no declaration. Nah, it was just business. He was answering a question on the radio show. He didn't put out a press release. Breaking news: the Knicks won't go into the no. Anyway, so in Dolan's mind, he probably's like, well, this is normal. I mean, he's going to answer the question. This is normal business. Anyway, now it looked like the Knicks were going to have to say goodbye to a number of pieces, right? That was a concern because Shaman, Diawara, Jose, oh my God, what are we going to give them, right? Some of our most critical pieces, all right? Now, after the offseason drew to a close, the Knicks have retained the vast majority of most crucial free agents. That's a hell of a job right there. Because that's part of the battle. And then you have to get better, right? And then you have to make another. So at first, you have to at least maintain your roster. And if you can't do that, you better improve it. But he kept Jose, Landry, and Mo Diawara, all right? And realistically, our only three losses, well, no. Our only one loss is Mitchell Robinson, which we made a lateral move to me and got a guy by the name of Andre Drummond. Salute to Andre Drummond. I think that he's a solid backup. I don't give a damn what nobody says. So we replaced Mitchell Robinson and kept all of our other important guys, even brought back Jordan Clarkson. All right. But going back before this offseason or even before the 25-26 championship season, Knicks general manager Leon Rose was making a number of moves that at the time seemed subtle or risky, but have since paid off for the franchise that helped propel the Knicks to a championship, right? Now, look, you had the biggest move was the Mikal Bridges trade, where we gave up all those picks. Keep it real. Hey, you guys in the chat, how many of you guys was like, them damn picks? You question Leon Rose. That's why my question today is, what is your realistic rating, right? Based on how you feel right now, not the future moves right now. What is your rating of him in the offseason if you had to make it a letter grade? All right. But these are some of the moves that he had to make. He had to get Mikal. All right. The contract looked like a mistake as well. The $150 million. All right. And turns out to be worth every pick and every penny, right? Helping us win a championship. Right. Of course, the Towns and the OG trades, which was also more phenomenal moves. And it helped lead us to a championship. But when you look at the results, right? And this was an article. Matter of fact, I'm going to go there. This was another article that I was going to read. But it had the Knicks as number 2 behind Oklahoma City. And I was going to raise hell on that because how in the hell could we be 2 behind Oklahoma when we won the championship and they lost a starter and 2 bench pieces? The key thing about it is we didn't really lose anything going into this year. And we're still not even done. That's the crazy part about it. We still can add another player to our franchise that's going to help catapult us to a whole nother level. So I don't understand. Oh, let me turn this do not disturb mode off. I don't understand why or how CBS can, rank us number 2. All right. Now, Sam Presti, we're going to see what his medal is this year. We're going to see if those moves hold up. But when you look at the history of the Knicks and what they were able to do, All right. I think that it's a wonderful feat when you just look at the moves and screw what CBS says. We the best, like DJ Khaled. But it's and this is why we have to trust Leon, even though we may be critical of him. You still could say what you want about him, but you got to be patient because he's a proven winner. By the way, continue smashing that like button, all right, as you watch this show, all right? But the moves that Leon has made, we have to be the best front office in basketball. I challenge that notion that we're number 2, you know? And for Leon to not get a vote was just insane to me. But continue smashing that like button. We have to get the likes up. I saw Mad Max in the building.
Mad Max Productions.
The super producer. All right. And I see we got a super too. Let me get to that super. Oh my God, Hakeem the Dream? Oh man. Leon will not give Brunson the super max. No way. But how do you know that? By the way, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. All right. We got special giveaways. Matter of fact, we're giving away a pair of OG Ananobi's next week. All you got to do is subscribe. You want to make sure you're in the building next week. Subscribe, hit that bell icon. All right. As I get on this guy, Hakeem the Dream. Salute to you, Hakeem. He is an MVP donor, and I do appreciate your support. But you are tripping, dog. How do you know what another man is not going to give another man? What gives you the authority on that? Because we all agree. Well, I can't say that. The majority of us in Knicks Nation with sense agree that Brunson sacrificed money. So how do you go from a sacrifice to now he's not going to get paid the Supermax after winning the championship? But Hakeem, let me flip this on you. Will Leon give your boy OG Anunoby the Supermax? If Brunson can't get the Supermax, will your boy get the Supermax? This is just for Hakeem the Dream. OGites, relax. I'm talking to Hakeem the Dream. Will your man Leon give your man OG the Supermax? And I want to see your response, Hakeem the Dream. Keep it real, dog. Don't let me catch you slipping. Don't get caught slipping and tripping out here. All right. By the way, we're talking about Josh Hart extension. I'm going to get into the details a little bit later. But what do you think he should get paid? Call up to let me know. 646-995-8389. All right, hit the phone. I got a couple of people in the queue. I'm going to hit these phone lines. I'm going to give you the details of Josh Hart's contract in a second. All right. I also got to talk about the Jokic trap. All right. The Jokic trap. All right. And we got a couple of more topics as well. 646-995-8389. And I'm going to give you a real breakdown of what I think is going on with Hart. By the way, just want to remind you guys, the 82 Nights New York edition is available for pre-order. It includes the complete 26-27 Knicks basketball schedule, plus all 12 components of the 82 Nights basketball intelligence system. That is game tracking, stat trends, 10-game reviews, players to watch, fan engagement pages, season reflections, and much more. Pre-orders also include free shipping for a limited time. So what you should do is go place your pre-orders today, and this journal will be scheduled to arrive to you right before the season begins in early October. So what are you waiting for? Reserve your copy today by checking out the Linktree. Linktree/TheObjectiveFan. And I don't think I see the link in there, so I'm going to post and pin it right now once again. All right, so you could pre-order the 82 Nights New York edition. Check out my Linktree. Posting it again, and this time I'm going to pin it. All right, sometimes I forget to pin the the message. All right. But I'm getting to the phone line, 646-995-8389. We got a lot to talk about today. I want to sprinkle in some calls and get my man Dave in the building. Once again, if I miss your calls, I am doing callbacks. See if Dave is there. What's good, Dave?
My brother.
We in the building, man. Let's talk,
There you
man.
go. Salute.
I see you called up early, man. This is gonna be a good one. Where we going?
First thing, that number on the screen sounds just about right for Josh. 4 years, 73.
Think so?
Yeah, 4 years, 73 is a fair deal.
How many years?
4 years.
No, 3 years. It's 3 years.
I don't think he's going to get 3 years like that.
I could have sworn the 73 was 3 years, but it could be 4 years.
Yeah,
Maybe
it could
it
be
is.
4 years, and that
Okay.
pretty much. See, I think that Josh can go and get the exempt anywhere, and get a 3-year deal anywhere.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about he can walk into anybody's door and get the exempt. All right, 3 years, 17 million, no matter what. All right.
So Dylan Brooks gets 73. The Najee Marshall got his max year was 18 million. So you putting him below Dylan and around Najee Marshall?
Well, both of them around in their 30s now, right? They're like 31, 32, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that matters. If you're a 32-year player, you're leaving your prime at 32. So that's not like, if you're 27, that's different. But
Okay.
Josh would get a 3-year, but give Josh the 4 years because he deserves it. Give him 4 year, guaranteed, man.
Yeah, but 4 years at 73 is different from 3 years at 7. You see what I'm saying? That's different. It's two different amounts.
I'm just telling you that where's he going to go and get more than the exempt? I don't understand how Josh is a connector. I think I don't devalue him. I'm not knocking him, you know what I'm saying? But if you're telling me that he's going to get $28 million a year?
Is it 73? More like 24.
Yeah. No, he's not going to get that, man, anywhere. He's 31 years old, man. He's an older player now, man. He's already, what does he have, 2 surgeries this summer?
Did he have finger surgery? Because I didn't hear about that.
And he had a problem with his knee. He's had some tune-ups the last 2 years, man. So I
don't think he had surgery though. The knee thing he's been dealing with his whole career.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. We're at that part now where that thing actually is a factor. His knee.
Okay.
What he was dealing with his whole career, you can't just say, no problem now. We'll give him 4 years, and he's covered. You see what I mean? It doesn't work like that in your 30s, man. Because you are clearly at, that last place. But don't worry about they are not doing leverage on each other. These guys are doing a collaboration. They already worked it out with Cat. They already told him, go get married. We'll see you when you come back, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. Oh, you the one with the theory that they're going to be below the first apron, right? That was you?
Oh, yes, sir. I put my name to it. And
okay.
We'll know in about 2 months if it's the real deal, right?
No, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, yo, Dave, I appreciate you, my brother.
All right, always, man. Stay cool.
Big time salute. Yeah, he has a very interesting theory. I was going to put it out, but I balked at it. But yeah, he has a theory that Hart and Towns are going to take so much of a discount that it's going to bring us below the first apron, which would be very beneficial to the Knicks because it'll put him below that repeater's tax. But I don't know if Dolan is tripping off the repeater tax. I would have to wait for the next WFAN interview to see if he doesn't want to pay tax, because I never heard Dolan say, I'm not paying luxury tax. What he did say was, I'm not going into the second apron. And honestly, he can't say that he wouldn't pay luxury tax because he's paying luxury tax right now. You feel me? Oh, I got another interesting caller. These are the salary people. Well, I'm going to say that, but these people are concerned about the players' monies. Let's see if my man D from LA is still there. Uh-oh. What's
So
going on?
even I'm Gucci. Even before Leon got here, right? This is kind of a question and a statement. Even before the second apron, even before Leon got here, is this conversation that we're having a Leon conversation and Leon standard, or is this a Knicks standard? Because before Leon got here, correct me if I'm wrong, Julius Randle was brought here, correct?
That's fact.
Okay. While everybody was looking for KD and Kyrie, the Knicks couldn't get those guys, so we got Julius Randle. The 4 years Julius Randle was here, he never made top 40 of players paid in the league. Never. That's a 3-time All-Star that was never, he got paid. People like Chandler Parsons got paid more than this guy consistently. Evan Turner, whatever his name was. Consistently, that means you have to go across the league once and then go across the league half times to get to Julius Randle's pay. So before Leon even got here, before the second apron, the Knicks were already operating on some kind of strategic, outperforming contract type players. Here's the question, right? Because obviously Leon, to answer your question about what grade would I give him, I'll give him an A- just because I believe there's one more move to be made, but an A nonetheless, right?
Okay.
A-.
And what's
for
the
sure.
A for? Is it because he got everybody back? Everybody was concerned.
Right. He won a championship. Okay. He brought everybody back. He didn't make any drastic panic moves like he never does. He's just stayed consistent, got his championship, and right now, obviously, there's one more thing pending. That's what the negative is, but I'm sure he's going to get that done. A couple questions, though, because I'm starting to hear Knicks fans now, like when you say certain things, they start getting, kind of defensive, but then when it's time to talk the money, like you mentioned Josh Hart's knee, it's like, okay, now we know the things that are detrimental to contract talk. Is it a pay cut if Jay Hart can't get it elsewhere? If he can't get better outside of the Knicks, is he taking a pay cut?
No.
Is Jalen Duren going to be taking a pay cut when he's gone into the market and the market is like, nah, bro, you're not worth what you think you're worth?
No, unless the Pistons offered him something that he turned down to go to the market, right? Like if he had a bigger offer, which he didn't have, he didn't never had an offer, right? So,
like, I think it's like, and to this dude's credit again, Leon Rose's credit, Leon Rose is the best GM in the league because under the second apron, he is setting the standard.
Hello.
It's a lot of reality checks about to start kicking in for a lot of players. Like, yo.
Hello.
Before the second apron, yes, you were worth this, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
What the Knicks don't want, you don't want to check. You don't want to be OKC right now.
Right.
It looks good on paper to the casual viewer, but if you really dig into it, it's like, yo, they're kind of screwed. The Knicks are not in that position, and I don't think Leon is going to force us into that position because Leon is about that ring. And so far, he's proven this strategy is what's going to win you a ring. Let's at least stay here until it's proven otherwise. So Josh Hart,
hold on the way out. Quick question: why do they think Sam Presti is the best? I mean, why do people, not us, but why do people think Sam Presti is better than Leon Rose?
Because a lot of people are not aware of the second apron and how it really works yet. You got to think this is the first, this is still the first year-ish where people are starting to feel it. Like this is the first year everybody's going into the new season running away from the second apron. So people don't really know. Right.
That's a great point.
Because I also believe Sam Presti was the best before because in the previous era, he was stacking the deck. He was getting plays. He was doing his thing. But clearly the second apron is starting to kick his butt. Look at what he did this offseason. He deleted the whole bench.
Exactly. And that's my point. So how, but thank you. Hey, you know what, D? Great call, man.
No doubt. I'm a holla.
No doubt. Great call. See, that's my point. Like, we so quick to crown people. Oh, they're the best. But now we going to really see what your GM skills is like. Because now you're going to start losing. Even, let's wait till the cuts next year that the Thunder are going to have to make. Just wait till those cuts. Because Casey Wallace, he's up for payday. What do you think they're going to do with Casey Wallace, Knicks Nation? Anyway, we got breaking news, man. I'm really pissed off by this. And I should do a show tonight just to show how pissed off I am. Breaking news. 6-time All-NBA star. All right, not 6-time All-Star. 6-time No, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I looked at it wrong. 6-time NBA All-Star DeMar DeRozan has agreed to sign with the New York. Nope. With the Denver Nuggets, man. Knicks Nation, I'm pissed off behind this. You know why I'm pissed off behind this? Because you told me that we wouldn't be able to afford DeMar DeRozan. That's what y'all told me. Y'all said, yeah, he gonna want to start. He's gonna want to get paid. Well, guess what? He's not starting and he's not getting paid. Unless, and I think this is gonna, the Denver Nuggets, I ain't gonna lie, even though they're gonna lose Jokic, their GM is moving smart. Because now you trade for DeRozan and you could trade the Johnson brother. Johnson is out of there. I feel like that's their next move. Smart move by Denver. So I gotta hold on. Right now, the way the roster's constructed, DeRozan wouldn't start. But they about to trade that brother Cam Johnson. You out of there. Book it. Just remember, I told y'all that. Cam Johnson is out of there. If it ain't Cam Johnson, it's going to be somebody else who makes similar money. Because they're going to have to free up $8 million. How do you do that without trading a Cam Johnson or somebody else? They're going to have to offload money because they can't afford to be a second. If there's a team that can't afford it, it's them. All right? Even to try to prove something to Jokic. But that is a great move by the Nuggets. Anyway, salute to my man, Hakeem the Dream. Fellow Knicks fans, support your brother, The Objective Fan, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. You guys know who I am.
The Objective Fan.
I appreciate that, Hakeem the Dream. You still didn't answer the question, though. You can't duck the work. Is your man Leon going to pay your man OG 35%? I need that answer, Hakeem. Come on, Hakeem. You could have put the answer up in there. I do appreciate the support, though, but you could have put the answer up in there. Come on, you know the answer to that question. It's a hell no. If Bruss is not getting 35% according to your logic, then you think OG's getting that? Hell no. And once again, OGites, that was for him. It's not for y'all. Relax. Because he's the super OG guy. I'm just trying to make sure I stay on top of the news. Because I just, at the corner of my eye, I saw the shams. All right, let me keep it pushing, man. Get my man Walls P on here. And then I'm going to break down Josh Hart after this call. Continue smashing that like button, by the way. Very important to the YouTube algorithm. We talking about Josh Hart's contract. On? Hey, Walls P. We in the building, my brother. How you feeling?
Yes,
OKF
sir.
Nation?
Yes, sir. What's going on, OKF Nation?
Hey, man, we talking about Josh Hart, you know.
Yeah.
Man, what's your thoughts?
I think he's worth it, if you ask me.
Worth what?
The 70, the 74, the 73.
For how many years?
Yeah.
How many years?
See, even if it is for 3 years, I believe that they're trying to keep the core together where everybody come off contract around the same time. So if it's for 3 years, you see what I'm saying? Because looking at the contract with OG, McKell, like all of the guys that we got on contract, most of them come off the books around the same time. So I think that's what Leon is trying to do, but I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I could do it 3 years. I mean, he earned it. He's the energizer. He's the energizer bunny of the team. He galvanized. This guy's Brandon Reed. Like he basically does all the small things that need to be done on a championship team.
I agree.
You feel me? So yeah. So we need Josh. All that talking about, maybe his knee, this, knee, nah. Yeah, that's something that management would probably use. But me, I'm like, nah. he deserved the money. He did his thing. You know, you bought us a chip. You was a valuable piece to help us get a chip. You feel me? So
good point.
Yeah. So I'm good with that. As far as grading Leon, I give him a B minus. And the reason why I give him a B minus, like I know some people probably aren't gonna agree with me. Although I'm happy that we brought in I'm drawing a blank right now. Big man, we brought in Drummond.
You talking about Drummond?
Yeah. Although I'm happy we brought in Drummond, I'm of the team that I thought it would have been better if we kept Ariel Hart and Trey Jemison, man.
It's the money.
No,
because remember, Ariel got paid $3.1 million.
Yeah, but I guess my question is, would have took a little bit less on a longer deal? On a longer deal?
I doubt it, man. Because remember, the Sixers is promising him a lot.
For how many years, though?
I'll pull it up. Because remember, Leon is trying to save money. So this is why we traded the draft pick, because he ain't trying to pay the 3-point-something million. Remember, even though we signed Drummond for 3.9, the cap hit is 2.5. See that? So if I gave Ariel $3 million, the cap hit is more greater. It takes away from my flexibility. So Leon's
okay.
You could walk, but I'm gonna pull it up to see how much years he got, because I don't remember if it was multiple years. But this is his deal. He got 3.4, and he's getting every penny. See, I'm not sure if you can see the screen, but the cap hit.
I'm outside of the truck.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna tell you what it says. Ariel Hukporty's cap hit is $3.4 million. See that?
Okay.
So we would have just drafted somebody. Like we could have just because it would have been cheaper, right?
Okay.
And it's only 1 year though. But you're right. Maybe you could have got him for multiple years, but I don't think he was trying to spend that money on Ariel.
Because you figure like this. If he would have offered Ariel, right? I don't know. Let's just say like 2.1, 2.5, and he milked that as a base for like the next 2 or 3 years. I think he would have probably, took that.
Maybe, but the opportunity is greater. You get what I'm saying? Because MB gonna be out. Towns plays 70 games.
Well, that's the thing though. If it was just Hukporty and Jameson, Hukporty would be eating up the minutes. As far as the bench, because he'll be the first big man off the bench. You feel me? So that's why.
I'm sorry. I'm going with Drummond. I'm going with Drummond. Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going. Because Drummond, he's a better scorer. He's a better rebounder. He's a veteran. He's been there before. We get into a championship game, I'd rather Drummond over Ariel. He going to start panicking. Yeah, I'm good.
Nah, don't get me wrong. The minutes that he got, though, in the finals, man, big block, like his minutes that he played when Towns was in foul trouble and whatnot, them minutes was decent, yo.
He had a good run. But does that mean that I trust him as the backup, the lead backup? Nah.
Here's the thing. I trust Ariel because last year, before he got that injury, Ariel was showing promise. It's just he fell out of the rotation because, Tibbs, he liked to take people out of rotation when they, come back from injury most of the time. Because think about it. Think about how Shannon was out of the rotation when he got injured with Tibbs. Right? When you get injured, it's a good chance he's falling out of his favoritism. So I think that's what happened with Ariel. But,
you gave me a poll question, by the way. You gave me a poll question. Who's the better backup, Ariel or Drummond? I'm asking at the mall. Thank you.
Got you. Because I like Ariel because Drummond, even though he's a vet, Ariel is younger. And he showed promise. That's just me.
Okay. No, I
Yeah,
got
that's
you.
just me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then and the thing is, like, because I heard the conversation also with like these other teams, how they're gonna have to basically do what the Thunder's doing, getting rid of players because they're afraid of that second apron.
Right.
I like what Leon did because even though like we keep our core, next
Mm-hmm.
year the only thing we gotta do is decide: are we signing Deuce? Are we letting Daddy go?
Yeah, he's gone.
And then look
Yeah,
at,
he's gone.
you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we still gonna have
Well, at
our
least they're not
main
gonna pay the
core.
$5 million because he had that fair $5 million option. They're not paying
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So
For
at
sure.
the end of the day, we're still gonna have our core, no matter
Of
what
course.
happens. So while these
Yeah.
teams are scrambling to, fill that void, we good for the next 3 or 4 years. So,
Good point.
and I read an article about what is it? Juju Reese might be available. Why not go for him, yo? Because he a rebounder fanatic.
That was my show last night.
Yeah, see, I didn't tap in. Yeah, I didn't tap in.
Oh,
So,
this is cool. But I did this show. I'm like, yo, this guy, because I had him in the 82 nights in my players to watch last year, right? I put that this guy is a rebounding monster. He had 20 rebounds, 18 points, because he gets busy in 2-point range. He's not a 3-point shooter, but he gets busy inside the arc. You know what I'm saying? Paint.
Yep.
He's good there, right? I would love to get him, but will Leon pull it off? The mystery to me.
Because yo, you mean to tell me you got him and Hart on the court together? Yo, they grabbing everything. They
Imagine
grabbing
you put
everything.
him, Hart, and Towns.
Exactly.
Dude.
They grabbing everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Look,
yes,
final
sir.
shot. Final shot. You got to get the rebound on the free throw.
Yep.
Towns, Reese, Hart.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, bro.
So, but yeah, that's
he could play.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm all for it. So yeah, I give Leon a B. I mean a B. I'll say a B plus. Because after having that conversation with you, I can see why Drummond makes sense. So I'm not gonna knock that.
Okay,
that.
yeah. No, that's fair. No, I mean, and also I respect your opinion on Ariel, because he could have been solid too, but I just think it was the price, because even though Drummond gets paid more, the cap hit is $1 million more than Drummond's.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah,
which makes sense. You feel me? So yeah, I'm all for it, man. But yeah, other than that, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. So
no doubt. Big time salute, Walls P. I appreciate you.
No doubt, brother. No doubt. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to Maxine. Shout out to the OKF ladies. Shout out to everybody else. Tugboat. Everybody's. Deuces.
All right. Big time salute to my man, Walls P. Hold on, I'm trying to figure something out on the back end. Because I didn't do the math on the percentage of the cap. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. And you know what I'm gonna do? I might clip this moment right here. Because I wanna clarify something based on this conversation. And this would be like the real reason why Ariel is no longer a Knick. It has everything to do with what I just said. Honestly, I thought the Knicks maybe potentially thought that they could give him the minimum. But remember the tactic that I always tell you, right? The old school tactic is, let's see what you get on the free market. Because that's the only way to really know if you're valued at that clip. This is the trick for all unrestricted restricted free agents, which, by the way, I think Ariel was a restricted free agent because he was coming off the 2nd round pick. And no, wait. Hold Hold on. His first contract was a two-way. No. REL signed a deal. Hold on, let's just pull it up. Let's not freestyle it. Let's not freestyle when we don't got to, when we got the information right here. I think his first contract was, the 2-year, $5 million deal, right? This is another good point. You see the 2-year, the $5 million deal, the Knicks is trying to get you to sign for less, right? They're trying to get you to sign for the complete minimum, right? And so now they put you out in the market not thinking anyone's going to give you more than the minimum. But then Philly counters, and I think that this was some hate right here. I ain't gonna lie. I think Philly hated on us. They gave him $1 million more than he would have got with the Knicks. And boom, the deal was there. Because I think the minimum is 2.5 or 2 point something. It would have been something like that. But he managed to get 3.4. So this is like petty Betty stuff. Now, what do you tell this brother? Do you tell him to not sign that? I'm not going to tell a man to not sign that. Even if I say, well, I got 2 for 5. Because the truth is as well, he's going to have an opportunity to get time there and perform there more so than with the Knicks. Because Joel Embiid is a walking accident waiting to happen. Okay. I can't get the percentage. That's fine. Anyway, nonetheless, this is why we pivoted to Drummond, who makes more money than that, because the NBA, and I continue to say this, and this also further complicates the Josh Hart scenario, right? Because Josh Hart has, I believe, 9 years, right? I'm going to get to Josh Hart. Hold on. I get to that. I'm going to break that down next. Relax. You're in the right place at the right time. We're going to talk about this extension, why the Josh Hart stuff it's kind of deep. All right. So look, if you look at Drummond's contract, you see the cap hit? You see that just under the 2.5? Y'all see that? All right. So it's cheaper to sign Drummond while paying him more because he's getting the 3.9, but the cap hit is 2.4 because when you're a veteran in the NBA, this is your minimum. Their minimum is based on the amount of years you've been in the league. Once you cross the 10-year threshold, you're automatically at the $3.9 million mark. So even though he makes more money than REL, the cap hit is less. Hopefully that makes sense. And the reason why they have the cap hit is so that you sign veterans. Because if they did not have the cap hit like that, veterans wouldn't get deals. It would be a whole bunch of RELs and other people running around because they're cheaper than the veterans. So in order to keep the veterans, getting paid and getting jobs, right? Enticing a guy like a DeMar DeRozan who signed for the 3.9, right? You have to balance out the contracts and just equalize the minimum in terms of the salary cap hit. So that way a team like the Knicks would still sign a Drummond instead of getting a Tyler Nickel whose minimum is 1.3. Or another younger player like a Kevin McCullough who's 2.4, right? So that's the real reason why REL is no longer with the Knicks. Just write this down. I broke that down. REL not with the Knicks. Do me a favor though. I'm about to get into this Josh Hart. Continue smashing that like button. All right. We've been talking about his money. And I wanted to see how you guys felt about his contract before I got into the deal. I am so mad that DeMar DeRozan was signed, bro, by the Denver Nuggets, bro. Come on, man. And then the Miami Heat about to get Clay. So who the hell we gonna get, man? Somebody from France we never heard of? By the way, subscribe if you're not subscribed. It's very important to the YouTube algorithm. We have special giveaways. We're giving away a pair of OG Ananobis next week, courtesy of my man J-Tap, OKF Nation. In order to know when that's going to take place, you better subscribe and hit that bell icon, because don't blame me if you missed the show where we actually do the giveaway. We will be doing the giveaway next week, man. I do appreciate you, J-Tap. OKF Nation Plus in the building. Now, as far as Josh Hart, everybody's talking about Josh Hart. You know what I was trying to find, and I'm going to look for it on the back end, but Josh Hart is a very interesting guy. People and Brunson, you know, he's the culprit here, right? See if I can find it. Hold on. Because there's a tweet that I want to show you. Is this it? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna try going to Josh Hart's page. All right, salute to Jessie. She put this in the Discord server, but there's no way for me to show that. Hold on. There was a tweet that Josh Hart commented on, and I wanted to show it because people think he's trolling sometimes, but sometimes I look at Josh Hart and I don't think he's trolling. But I do got the tweet here. Hold on. Let me go to Josh Hart's page. Forgive me. I'm still learning how to use Twitter. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get it together. Let me see. I'm gonna try to see if I could pull it up from his page and see if it replies. No, it wasn't there. Maybe repost. No. There's no way for me to find it. Damn, I can't find it. All right, bet. So there was a tweet that was talking about Josh Hart's, you know, his max contract and what he was worth. And then he put on there, I'm going to read it because I do got it thanks to Jesse. I do appreciate you, Jesse. The Discord server, man, y'all guys be keeping me on my toes. Damn, they talking about DeMar in the Discord right now. Damn. Anyway, so there was this reports from HoopsView. Hey, maybe I should look up HoopsView. Maybe that's how I'll find it. Hold on. So everybody, you know, it's just like it's a random page that's sharing information, and Josh Hart happens to see it and replies to it. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right. Okay, bet. So let me go to Twitter. All right, so HoopsView. All right. So HoopsView posted. Oh, not that. They had a post on there. Let me see if I go back. Oh, so look, they reposted their own joint. Hold on, let me see if I get the original post. Where was it at? Oh, I don't see it. I don't feel like scrolling all the way down. But they just showed the response. So, all right, we could start here. So HoopsView, they posted James L. Edwards' report that said that Josh Hart, the max is the 4-year 132, and that he suspects it'll be a 3-year worth 60 or something like that, right? So Josh Hart responds, right? Yeah, it was. I'm sorry, it was a 3-year deal worth 60 to 62 million. Okay, instead of this, right? The super max, or this not super max, but this max extension. This is a veteran max extension. All right. Because here's the key thing too. All right, let me get it together. Let me get it together because there's a lot of information. I'm trying to put it together in the most simple way possible, and it's kind of hard to do because Josh Hart's contract is like it's a lot of elements to it. So look, this is another key part. I'm gonna get right back to the tweet. All right, this is another key part. If I am the Knicks, I need Josh Hart to sign this year. Why do you think that is? The answer is on the screen, by the way. The reason is because he's in his 9th year. Because he's in his 9th year, not his 10th year, this is his maximum. 4-year 132. I think that's 20% of the cap. I was trying to do the math on that. I think it's 20% of the cap, right? If Josh Hart waits till next year, he'll be qualified for the Supermax. I'm not saying Josh Hart is getting the Supermax. The reason why he would be qualified for the Supermax is because he has 10 years of service. Once you reach 10 years of service like Towns, you don't have to be All-NBA team to get the Supermax. Does that make sense? Are y'all following me? So this is what makes Josh Hart's extension very complicated. Because the Knicks need him. If he is in the future plans, and I'm not saying he's not, you want to sign him now. Because look, the Knicks' worst nightmare is, God forbid, something happens to Towns or another player. And now Josh Hart steps up and becomes an all-star, balling, and he makes an all-NBA defensive team while top 5 in rebounds. What type of money you think Josh Hart will want in this offseason? I don't know what Josh Hart's going to do. Right? And also, I don't like saying what a player is worth versus what he's not worth. You are worth what the market is willing to pay you. The only way to know that is to go into the market, or you get a contract from your team. So whether it's an overpay or underpay, us fans, we could be on the couch saying whatever the hell we want. The truth of the matter, though, is that the market dictates your value. Period. It's not what you think he's worth. Not what like Draymond. I didn't think that it was a smart investment giving him the 28. I'm not saying he's not worth it, but he got the 27 million. I felt like they could have gave that money to somebody else. Not cut Draymond, but they could have did more. Right? That's just how I felt. But at the end of the day, who am I to tell Draymond what he's not worth? He got a $27 million contract. So your opinion of what he's worth does not matter. What matters is what a team is actually willing to pay him. And what I'm trying to tell you right now, the Knicks have to strike while the iron is hot. You have to get him before that 10th year. Because now we know the ceiling is the 4-year 132. Next year, there is no ceiling. It's no ceiling. Now, let me get back to the hoops view. So when we think Josh Hart is trolling and having fun, maybe he is. This sounds like a lighthearted message. Darn, was hoping for the 132. I'll take 131 instead. So he's having fun with it, or it seems he's having fun. I remember he responded to Draymond Green, which we talked about that. He said, stop pocket watching. Remember that? Why are you pocket watching? Is this a response to that? You telling me I'm going to sign a 3-year 20 when I could get 4 years at 132? Who gives you the jurisdiction for me to get a 10 to 12, $13 million so-called pay cut? What if I believe I'm worth that? I'm glad that he didn't respond to it saying, you know, a more aggressive, like, you messing up my negotiation. Because James L. Edwards is a big dude. Even though he's responding to Hoops View, and this is the exact response when they posted on what Edwards had to say. And it's kind of lighthearted. But this tells this, because once again, you know, NBA players are media trained, so you gotta, it's not what they say, it's what they don't say. So this tells me that it's all good in the hood, baby. We got it worked out. Because someone who is having trouble in their negotiation, that report can conflict what you're trying to get, especially if you think you're worth that max. But who is it? Who are we to judge what he's worth? We're not paying him. We're just fans. I talked about this before. All right. I got a whole lot I want to say, but I'm going to try to make it a little shorter. All right. So what I'm going to do now is this. We talked about this before, so I'm not going to spend much time on this. But this is like another key detail in the Josh Hart contract. If you see here, Josh Hart's contract began in 24-25. 4-year deal, $80 million. All right. Now, a nod back to my man D from LA. I don't think that a pay cut is what is just you got less money on your next contract. Right? Remember, you are worth what someone is willing to pay you. So how I judge a pay cut is what LeBron did. LeBron took one of the largest pay cuts this summer. You know why? Because the Clippers offered him $20 million to go to the Clippers. He turned it down for a $3.9 million deal to go to the 76ers. That, my friend, is a pay cut. You're not a pay cut because I made $52 million and now I go down to $3 million. We've seen people do that all the time. We've seen people go down from max money all the way down to minimum money. That's normal for older players. There's no sacrifice in that. Just because your previous contract is worth that, it doesn't mean the next one is worth that. So the sacrifice is always in the amount of money someone is willing to pay you. Not what you think. It's not what I think. What the organizations are willing to pay. So I'm not going to spend much time in this, but this is when the contract hit. Josh Hart, when he signed this 4 for $80, he did the Knicks a favor. Josh Hart sacrificed money already. He started out getting paid just under 13% of the cap. I'm going to take you to what he did in the 23-24 season, which helped us avoid the luxury tax. Let's go there, right? Because had Josh Hart not done that, right? Hold on. I don't think that's the year. We go to the next year, 23-24. Had Josh Hart not done this, we would be paying the repeaters tax for this season. Because you have to have 3 years consecutive in the tax. That's when the repeater tax kicked in. I'll save y'all the repeater stuff till next year. But we were able to avoid the apron. We were also able to avoid the salary cap. We also was able to give Dante DiVincenzo exception money. All right. And Jalen Brunson's new contract didn't kick in yet. So Josh Hart's sacrifice kicked in before Jalen Brunson's sacrifice. He went from 12% of the cap, or just under 12, down to 9.53% of the cap. He already helped the organization out. How many times do I have to help the organization out? Now, I'm not saying that this means he won't sacrifice. I'm just trying to show you that Josh Hart already did a solid to the organization, because that 4 for $80 could have started this year. If he would have got paid his $18 million, right, they would have been in the luxury tax. So he saved them a nice bag. Okay? So why now, you fast forward all the way 27, 28, and now we're back to me having to take another pay cut. By the way, this is next year. All right? He has a team option at $22 million. This complicates the extension even more because, honestly, the Knicks do not have to do nothing with Josh Hart because they still have his rights until next season. They could always opt him into the contract and move him, right? But will it be difficult to move him at the 22? I don't know. That's for the market to decide. But I could think of a lot of people would take the 22 because it's an expiring contract. And I think it's fully guaranteed. All right. So, like, if the Knicks pick up the option, it's guaranteed. Right? It's no partial guarantees on it. Not according to Sports Track. So the reason why I'm going through this whole exercise right now is just to show you the politics of Josh Hart. Because now you have this team option, which you don't have to technically negotiate a deal only because he's in his 9th year I think that it would be beneficial to discuss the deal now. Because if this guy has an amazing season and carries you to the championship, imagine if Josh Hart is the finals MVP this year. How do you expect this guy to take less money? So you might as well lock him up now. Even though they don't have to, because the Knicks technically have the leverage here. The only leverage he gains is he gets 10 years experience. Had Josh Hart was going into his 9th year next year, there would be no conversation. The Knicks could just wait till next season. Let's see how the knee holds up. Let's see how this holds up, how that holds up. But I don't like when people are trying to say what Josh Hart is worth, because we don't know what the hell he's worth. We don't know what the hell anyone is worth to pay the guy. So I'm glad he responded the way he did, because it's showing me that everything is good in the hood, and none of us talking about his money, pocket watching, is hurting his negotiation. They taking their time, they working the numbers, right? So it's looking like, to me, you got the max, which is I think around 20, 30%. No, I'm wrong. The max would have to be around 20-something%. Yeah, it's like 20. The 132 has to be 20. But that's not even 25%. Because Mikal got Mikal's getting 20%, like 21% of the cap. See that? Mikal's getting like 21, 22% of the cap. So Josh Hart would be getting just under that. All right. Now, he could go down to below 20. If he does, that's doing the Knicks a solid, because they get to save more money here. The less money Hart gets and the less money Towns gets, the more money goes to the Knicks. Sorry about that. So this is what makes Josh Hart's contract complicated. Is one, is you're better to sign him now. But two, he's already sacrificed. And three, here's the last thing I want to say. I'm going to get right back to the phone line. So if you want to call up, you can. Josh Hart talks about on his podcast that he's in this for a limited time. He've alluded to, now I'm not sure if this is still how he feels, but he has made comments alluding to his next contract being his last contract, and how he wants to disappear once he retires. He doesn't want to commentate. He don't want nothing to do with basketball. He wants to disappear. This is according to Josh Hart. So to him, on his last hurrah, is he even willing to take less money? Now, I'm not saying he's going to get the whole 132. It's not my point, but what if he just wants to stay at this 12%? How are you going to tell this man, and I'm pointing to the screen right now, that's the 12%, the 22 million you see there. All right? Just under 13%. What if he wants to stay there? How do you expect me to tell this man on his last deal, as he's planning for retirement and to disappear, that he has to take less money? That's another factor that I think complicates this whole shebang. And then Leon, who I think Josh Hart is with CAA as well. I think he's with, he might be with Leon's son. Hold on. He's with Aaron Mintz, Stephen Human, and Davis Fan. So he's not with Leon's son, but he's with CAA. All right. I know that part. All right. So he's with the mafia. So do you think that, and when I say mafia, I'm joking. Relax. The CAA mafia is a joke. I don't want people to go crazy over that. Oh my God, he said it was the mafia. Relax. It's a joke. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say once again is, if they know that this is his final hurrah, how are you expecting him to take less money? There is no getting nothing back on the back end. He's done after this. So do you see why I say this is more complicated than Towns? One, Towns is in his 10th year. He's in his 9th year. Two, he already sacrificed something for the team. Towns never sacrificed nothing for the team. 3, this could be his final contract. So all I'm saying is, to put a bow in this, I think the rate is clear. I think, what Brooks is getting, I think that's what Josh Hart deserves. I can't see him getting less than Dillon Brooks. What has Dillon Brooks done besides score more? But to me, he and Dillon Brooks are the same kind of player, value-wise. Will the market dictate that? I don't know. But the fact that he's down with CAA and they know this guy, this is his guy. I can't see them giving him much less than the 18 that he could get. The 18. It's a tough call. By the way, continue smashing that like button. It's a very tough call with Josh Hart. If you add those other elements to it, this is a guy who's not trying to hang around for a long time. Right? According to him, that could change. Smash that like button so we can let the YouTube algorithm know that we still cooking with hot grease. I ain't talk about the Cavs yet. I had some content on the Cavs, but I might save that for another show. Talked about Josh Hart. I didn't talk about the Jokic trap. I'm going to definitely talk about that before this show is over. Continue smashing that like button. Oh, and by the way, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We got a giveaway. Next week, we're giving away a pair of OG Ananobis, courtesy of my man, J-Tap. So we don't know what show it's going to be. The only way to know, you got to subscribe. First off, you got to be on every show. You got to subscribe. And you have to hit that bell icon so you get all the notifications so you know exactly when we're doing the giveaway. All right. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. If I miss your call, I will call you back. And we're having a good day. Today is a beautiful day in New York. Call up. Let's talk. See if my man Ty is still available. Interesting stuff with Josh Hart. Are y'all feeling that? Hey, J-Tap. Ty, what's good?
Yo, fam, what's going on? OKF Nation, what's good?
What's going on, man? There's a lot of pocket watching, people saying what Josh Hart is not worth and what he's going to do. And
yeah,
Josh Hart made a funny post on Twitter,
yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Man, my thoughts really don't matter, but I'll just give my little small opinion as everybody else.
No, it does. Man. No. Your thoughts do matter. It's just that when you're saying a man is not worth that,
right?
That's crazy to me, right? But go ahead.
It's crazy. I think Josh is worth what he gets, man. So for me, Josh is bigger than just the his NBA salary contract, right? Josh has already became a businessman. He has already completed and dove into some other endeavors outside of just his salary with the Knicks. That matters to these players. It would matter to you. It would matter to anybody else as well. Like, I can make a salary with the Knicks, but like Michael Jeffrey Jordan, he made most of his money outside of his contract with the NBA. So, we got to kind of be careful how we're looking at it because, you're not making all your money from, just the NBA contract. So if I can make up a few mil, over here and over there, still be a champion, still have my family in the place I want to be in, all of that matters, man. I want everybody to win and grin. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a New York Knicks fan. And you're a New York Knick. If you're a New York Knick, man, get what you can get. And if not, then you go ahead and move on, man. And thank you for your services. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I don't want to hold nobody bound to something and forcing them to. No, you want somebody to, it's a saying that, when you're happy, you're going to work. It's not work, right? So
good point.
it's I don't know. I'm not gonna pocket watch, but I got a New York Knicks team watch, and if you're not a part of that, or if there's something that's gonna remove you, then so be it. But nah, Josh is one of us, man, and however he see fit to help us out, because I think, like you said, me and you were talking about before, but even people who know, Josh was the first to take the pay cut, man. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta relax and act like he's not, and stop acting like he's not level headed and he don't know what's going on. Him and his wife Shannon, they got a great family. Like Josh is he's preparing for him to retire and retire comfortably and still have his, a residual coming in outside of what he's getting from the Knicks, So for me, that's it with Josh, man. Josh is ours. He's our guy. He's a champion. He said call him champion now. So we gotta, I don't know, 73, 60, whatever it is, like Leon, make it work. He's with CAA, make it work. He's your guy. He's out. So we know it's gonna work out. Right. That's what Leon did. If Leon didn't do nothing else, he did one thing. We could trust him. We can trust him. We might not like it. Yes. We might not like the way he's preparing the food, but it's gonna taste good at the end of the day. Good right? Point. So great point. I'm rocking with Leon. I think he's done enough in his league and saw enough in his league to make sure that he can continue to be a perennial champion GM. And I think that's what it's not. See, that's what I think people are missing. You think Leon don't want to win a champion? You don't think that helps him with his legacy as being the best GM? I'm not worried about no Sam Presti. I'm rocking with Leon Rose, the rose that grew from a concrete jungle. And that's what I'm sticking with, right? So that's on that, man. I ain't pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure. You had said something else. You was talking about how, the team is, Leon did his thing. The team is still together. Like you said, to grade Leon, I'm giving him an A, not an A plus, not an A. I'm giving him an A because what did we lose?
Nothing.
We worrying about what we gaining. So you're gonna take
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take an unforeseen gain as a negative. Get out of here. What are you talking about? Like he didn't do anything wrong. You let a player go that elected to leave. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but the core is still together. He brought the majority of the championship New York Knicks back together in lieu of him adding another piece to our puzzle. This is great. We are in rich people problems mode. Like, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this
I
is
ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed in DeMar.
I was just getting ready. Perfect segue. I was just getting ready to get on to you. I was coming right for you because you my guy, and I know you wanted DeMar, but you know what, man? Like I said in the chat, man, like he didn't belong with us because he would be with us, man. It wasn't meant for him to be a champion. Denver's not going to win no time soon. He's going to end up as the Charles Barkley's of the world or Carmelo Anthony's of the world. Really great players, perennial all-stars. But, unless he try to hang on to the coat like a Gary Payton did for Miami, he's not going to win a championship right now in the foreseeable future. No. He's not, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't belong with the Knicks, And I'm not upset about it. You know why, KP? Because these teams – and your point that you do have, and I got to concede to that, is the fact that we were all concerned, including myself, was concerned about the money that he was going to want coming to the Knicks, right? We were like, okay, this guy's going to he's going to want the bag. He's going to at least want this because his value is still there. DeMar still has his value. He's in his prime or teetering towards the end of his prime, but he's still formidable. And it's like, okay, what are we going to do here? But, like we can put him off the bench. We can, is he going to start with somebody because he still has that type of value. But I think DeMar being in Denver, I'm glad that happened because, for all the people who say Joker's better than Karl Anthony Towns, I want Denver to be stacked. I want them to be stacked. I want them to be good over there on the West Coast because I want to see what Joker does, because Joker always had a team. I want to see how he pan out against Karl Anthony Towns. Right now, I'm on a Karl Anthony Towns watch. Because now I made a point of emphasis because to me, he is the best big man in the league. And everyone who said he's not, I just want to see, okay, Joker got another added piece, so there's no excuse coming from him. Wemby got some added pieces, no excuse coming from him. I want everybody who's a big man like Karl Anthony Towns to have their team put together because I want Karl Anthony Towns to prove them wrong. Because I think him and Brunson, I think they're both going to be competing for winning that league MVP this year, along with going with a title. And I wouldn't be mad at either one of them getting it. But that's that point on DeMar. You all right, KP? Because guess what? You're gonna get somebody, and there might be that kid you talk. I wasn't on the show last night, but I heard you talking about it today. I think that
the Reach kid.
Yeah, if we get that guy, you're gonna be happy. So don't worry about it.
He's a monster.
Yeah, sometimes a no is a blessing, right? So it's like we don't get them all, but we get the perfect piece for us to continue our dynasty run. Yeah, but you know what, man? Before I go, man, I just, it was something else that you was talking about. I wanted to tap in on. It was goodness gracious.
Not the front office. We talked about that. Was it
Man, what was that, KP? Goodness.
Hart.
Okay. No, we got Hart. We got DeMar DeRozan because DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, was it Ariel? Who's better between Ariel and Drummond?
Well, no, but I'll leave off on that because I can't remember. Listen, you can't. That's disrespectful to Drummond, and I don't care what you say. It's like to compare Huck Porty to Andre Drummond is very disrespectful. And for all you guys who feel like Drummond does not have anything left in the tank, you guys are pretty delusional. And I know what I realize is a lot of you guys are used to now. You guys got some signing new cars and signing new toys, so you kind of want more. But don't forget, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a bird in the hand is better than a bird in the bush, right? So you're looking at Andre Drummond. He's established. He knows the NBA. And the thing about Andre, what nobody's pointing to is the one great thing he did was he remained in the league by what? By advancing, right? By getting better, by being able to shoot the open three. Because remember, when Andre was in his sort of prime, so to speak, he was the rebound king. He was the shot blocking king at the size he was at. So we're forgetting the fact that he had a great impact when he was in the league coming out of UConn. But how soon we forget, right? So Andre, he's back home, and it's something when you're playing for a franchise and an organization that you want to play for, right? It does something to your morale. So be careful when you see Andre Drummond do what he's going to do this year. You know what I'm saying? And now, KP, to your point, and this is why I'm going to go to double big, you're going to get to double big this year. It's going to be forced to happen because Andre can shoot the ball. And Andre can shoot the ball, and I think now he's going to be able – Cat is going to be able to be on the floor with another 6'10", 7-footer and be effective, So I think the Knicks, we got a lot going, man. We'll be all right, y'all. We'll be all right. But don't trigger me, man, please, because you're talking about DeMar DeRozan, please, okay?
I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't gonna go live tonight, but I might have to go live tonight.
I know. You got to get it out your system. You're like one of those people, like you got some information, you can't sit with it. It's got to come out. So
it got to come out. It needs its own show. It needs because I got another Shams 8 that Clay Thompson. He's guaranteed to go to the Heat now.
But what do you? Okay, KP, I'm getting off your show right now because you're gonna trigger me. But what in the world? Clay Thompson to Miami?
I know he's not the same Clay. He don't play no D. But I'm just. But like, why can't I wake up?
There we go.
And the Knicks sign Dorian Finney-Smith. All right, bet. I can't wake up like that. Why I gotta wake up and there's nothing?
Okay, so, and this is the thing before I get out of here, KP. See, this is the problem. You're spoiled now. You're spoiled rotten. You want to wake up. You want to, and you know what the real, you know what the point is. You would have Clay if we would have got Clay Thompson. You would have did a whole show on How is he official? Did we make the wrong decision? You would have went on a whole. You would have had us on a whole show talking
I
about.
prefer DeRozan. I prefer DeRozan. Yeah, I
But
prefer
you,
DeRozan.
thank you. So don't worry about no geriatric Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect
Oh,
to the
nah, yeah,
geriatric.
we gonna cook them. It's just I'm just saying, like Ty, like come
You
on,
you
man.
want you know what it is? You know what I
Come on.
realize right now? You want somebody who was a great player, superstar outside of Brunson and them to come to the Knicks. So it's gonna do something for you. You
Yeah, I
want
just
that.
want to stack it. Like I want us to like I want them to be like, yo, man, they got this guy off the bench, yo. I just
But
want to
why?
hear that.
So what is Landry Shaman and them chopped liver?
No,
See this
they're great.
story?
No. We got to fire a team. It's just I want an addition. I want like you see how the Lakers got Ron Artest? I want that.
Yeah.
Like I want a Ron Artest. You feel me?
Right.
It
Right.
don't gotta be a starter
Right.
though. Don't gotta be a starter. Slow it
Right.
down. But I
Right.
just want
I get
we
you.
add another crazy piece. Boom.
I get
Really
you. I get you.
You get what I'm saying? That's
I get
all
what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out here, KP, but I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
say
Ty.
this before I go. I found out what it was. It's okay to say mafia, KP. This is between me and you right now. I'm about to go there. It's okay to say mafia.
Hey,
you know why?
But Ty, there's a lot of people listening. I gotta be careful what I say.
No. I'm a mafia. Bill's Mafia. Gotta go, KP.
Oh, no.
Don't you
Yeah.
say
All right, Ty. All right, we gotta go. All right. Bye-bye. Great call, Ty. Talk to you later. I'm going live later tonight. Hey, yo, we got to go live later. I had to get him out of here. Yeah. There's one thing I can't stand in New York. The only New York team. I wasn't a Met fan, but I'm not against the Mets because salute to the Mets. A lot of y'all Knicks fans. So don't unsubscribe, Mets fans. Go Mets. But the team in New York that I can't stand is a football team that actually plays in New York. Not the other two teams that play in Jersey. Think about what I'm saying. There's a football team that actually plays in New York. I cannot stand them. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't got no sympathy for that team. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're the arch nemesis to me, though. I can't. One of my good friends, I saw him over the summer. And he told me that he's no longer a Jets fan. He riding with the other New York. I don't want to even say their names. Dude, I was like, yo, how you going to betray us like that? You know what? And I'm going to say this just to piss them off. I think the Jets is going to win the Super Bowl before they do. And look, both teams may not win it, but the Jets is going to win it before they do because they think they got a shot. That's what makes it even more painful. They'll actually go to the Super Bowl and lose. They'll be up at halftime and still lose. Yeah, that team, they're just a walking disappointment. No matter how good they are, I can't. I'm sorry, Ty. I had to trigger you. My bad. But tonight, I think I'm gonna go live tonight. Yeah, I think we gotta talk about it. Yeah, we gonna go live tonight.
Yo.
What's good, Juan?
What's good, bro? Hey, man.
Not much, man. We talking about Josh Hart, man, and what's going on?
People still talking mess?
About
you
what?
already know. I think I don't know. You were saying that. You know how people are. You were saying how you debunk stuff and still people come up with the nonsense. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Which is curious to me because you would think that because I think what would happen is we live in a world where like everyone knows the so-called experts will say anything for clickbait, so they just group everybody in the same arena. But you literally watch every single game. You got 82 nights. Like people just don't want to use their brain a little bit. Like I trust you more than anybody who has
Thank you, man.
Any type of the Knicks channel. So like. Even the good ones, you're better than the best. So that's just me.
That.
But there's no one that I've seen that takes the kind of time to watch the games the way you do and break it down. So why wouldn't you trust you? It's like not trusting Leon Rose at this point. Like what are we doing here?
No. I think we trust him. It's just I think that we just got players that we want that he's just not looking at. We like, damn, it'd be nice to get this guy, but he's like, nah, I got this plan. Y'all could think that, but I'm going over here. So, and you got to respect it because he's the best. So,
yeah, and I think we should give it to Josh Hart. Just give him the 73. Like, if we got to work around, we're going to work around.
I mean, he's earned it, right?
Is it
Like,
3 years
it's
or
like you
4
said,
years?
like,
Because that's the
I don't know.
discrepancy. Like some people are saying he should get under 20. Other people saying he should get 20. But what if he wants 20 and this is his last contract? You know, like that's why I laid it all out.
Yeah,
It's kind of
right.
complicated, bro. It's not a
It
simple
is.
sacrifice for him if he, especially because he plans on retiring early,
Right,
right?
right. He already
So,
sacrificed, like you say, he already sacrificed. So, like,
bingo.
when you get there up there in age, you get worried about money. Like when you're younger, you can be like, yeah, money doesn't matter that much because you got all the energy in the world. But like, I was like that when I got older. I was like, oh, I should have been about my money earlier because I don't got the same energy I used to. I got to be worried about that. You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah, I got
So
you.
I mean, look, I'm of the mind of like he was like, look, I don't want to see it happen, but if it's a money thing, he has to go because we can't afford him. It is
It's
what it
tough.
is.
It's
It's
tough.
tough because he was such a great. Like I was one of the first ones to admit that I was wrong about Josh. I was like, I mean, look how valuable he was. That rebounding, I really underestimated how much that rebounding was worth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
No, it's
and
important.
just
Hella
doing
important.
yeah, and the Swiss Army knife. He's just the Swiss Army knife. He's the our guy. So, but um, at the end of the day, we got the two main guys really, and I think that's the most important pieces. So we'll see how it turns out.
Facts.
All right,
Man, thank you, Juan. Great hearing from you, man.
All right.
Big time salute, my
All
brother.
right, later, bro. All right, peace.
I forgot to play this because like I had so much direction with Josh Hart. I was just trying to make sure I hit on all my key points. I wanted to start the Josh Hart segment by playing this because everyone keeps talking about sacrifice and you got to sacrifice, but hold on. Jalen Brunson is the anomaly. For the record, salute to Jay. Everybody want to be like mine. Right? Remember that? Everybody wants everybody to be like Jalen Brunson. But you cannot be like Jalen Brunson. He's in a very unique situation. I put this in the Discord server. This is James Harden talking about the sacrifice. Because contrary to popular belief, James Harden has sacrificed money. He's definitely sacrificed money in the past. Listen to what he has to say. Hold on, my bad, y'all. Y'all can't hear it. Hold up. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me go to media player. That. All right. That. Y'all should be able to hear it now. Oh, I'm gonna unmute it. All right. I'm gonna play this for y'all.
Individual all that. Let me just try to sacrifice the money, the individual all that. Let me just try to sacrifice and switch it up a little bit and hopefully that'll work in my favor in the sense of trying to win a championship. So that's when the Brooklyn situation happened. That was tricky. We had the opportunity, and then
he sacrificed money in Brooklyn. That was tricky. We had an opportunity, but they lost. God damn it.
The Philly situation to where it's like same thing. Let me just be a playmaker, switch up my role. None of that shit worked. Like, you feel me?
Also, he sacrificed money. He told Daryl Morey, I'll take less now. Just give me the money on the back end. That was the whole discrepancy. When it was time to give him the money on the back end, Daryl Morey said the owners said that they didn't want to honor it. I'm going to keep playing it.
Like, I sacrificed money. I sacrificed being the top scorer that I am. Right. That I still am and will be. Just as, long story short, is for nothing.
He sacrificed all of that for nothing. See, that's the part that none of y'all consider. So when y'all got on Donovan Mitchell and said, look at how selfish he is. He's not sacrificing like Brunson. I'm like, huh? Like, now People get ridiculed for taking the 35% max when I'm playing on a team that has been inept for years and couldn't put together a championship team, whether it was me or somebody else. The only time Cleveland had an opportunity to win the championship was with LeBron James. So you're telling me I need to sacrifice money for a goddamn GM, and I'm not making this personal to Cleveland's GM. Relax, I'm just speaking in general, using you as an example. So now I got to sacrifice money for a guy who don't know what the hell he's doing and pray that we win. But what happens when we don't win? Because what Harden is saying is, not only did I lose money, I lost my cachet as a number one option by sacrificing all for naught. So just because you sacrifice, there's no guarantee you're going to win. But the onus, and this is my problem, and I'm going to continue saying it, my problem is that in the NBA, the onus is on the players to take the sacrifice, not the bosses. So when I pull up the record $2.1 billion that was generated last season for the partners, and everybody's coming up and smiling and happy, but now the players, we have to take less money. Why? It's on the backs of the players. You can save the Jazz. The players get paid 51%. Come on, dog. There's hundreds of players. There's only 30 owners. So 49% and having to share it with 29 other people versus 51% and having to share it with hundreds of people. You do the math and you tell me who comes out on top in that scenario. So all I'm saying is, in a league that is booming and generating record-selling money, the Knicks did 38% more in sponsorships this year by themselves. The league grew at 11%. The Knicks did more than the league. They did more growth than the league. And you're telling me I got to sacrifice. And then we look down on players like Mitchell and all these guys as if sacrificing is the blueprint. There's only been one player to sacrifice. His name is Jalen Brunson. Salute to him. I'm not saying Captain was wrong. But Captain is an anomaly, dog. I want to be like Brunson. You can't be like Brunson. These players don't have the connection that Brunson has to Leon. They don't know their general manager. His son, the president of the team's son, is my agent. Can you see a little difference in the connection? But what James Harden is saying is real. Now, you could trash James and say he's not that good. And the point that I'm saying is that this is an example of a player who sacrificed multiple times and he lost every time. So what is the purpose of the goddamn sacrifice? That's what I want to know. Because not everybody has a Leon Rose or a Sam Presti. Not everyone has that. Even though, by the way, Chet Holmgren's the only one to sacrifice. And yeah, they still got to lose a starter and two bench guys. And they got cooked and they didn't win the championship, even though Chet sacrificed. Just saying. Nonetheless, the bottom line is, and yes, Chet sacrificed because he could have made 30%. So whether you think he's worth, see, we gotta take heed to how we're seeing the game and don't be player haters. You'd be better off hating the game. Chet could have got 30%. He was all NBA third team. He waived it. So whether you think he's worth 30% or not, he could have got the 30% because he did his part. He said, nah, I don't need that 30%. We trying to build over here. And what did they build? They got cooked. And guess what? OKC's not going back to... I don't got OKC back in the finals. Y'all can let me know if y'all think OKC getting back. I don't got them going back. Sorry, I don't. But next year, that's when we're going to see how real Sam Presti is. But I'm playing this clip to let you know.
You know what I mean? I lost a lot of money, and I lost a lot of swag.
Let me run that back.
Money, and I lost a lot.
Hold on. You go back further.
Just
Listen to this.
Long story short, it's for nothing. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of money, and I lost a lot of swagger on the court just from sacrificing, thinking that all that's going to get me to winning championships. Right. Let me just try to.
That's the realest thing I ever heard James Harden say. And you can't say that James Harden did not sacrifice, because I saw him do it, and I saw Murray go behind his back and don't honor his word. I saw that. I saw what happened in Brooklyn. I saw that. James Harden sacrifice. Yo, hey, salute to my man J-Tap. Yo, J-Tap is my road dog, dog. He said, Bill, no, I can't even say the name. He said that other team mafia. He said, hang up on Ty next time he talks crazy like that. Hey, you know what? Salute to that, salute to that, J-Tap. Even though I can't hang up on my brother, he knows better to bring that nonsense to the channel. Me and him made a pact that we won't talk football on the channel, because that is all right. So yes, you know we can't stand the Patriots. We know that. But that other team, no, I don't want to ever hear about them. I don't even say their name. That's how bad the rivalry is. I don't even say their names. Salute to Buffalo, though. Salute to everybody in Buffalo. But the team, I can't ride with them. I'm telling you, there's no way. But I wish I could hang up on them, Ty. Ty, I wish I could hang up on them, though. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I could just bang it on them. But I can't, because that's my road dog. Salute to my brother, Ty. Yeah, we may disagree on football, and we definitely do. But what did you guys think about James Harden? What did you guys think about what James Harden had to say? I thought it was real. And I meant to play that in front of the Josh Hart soliloquy about sacrifice, but you know, my bad. I'm doing a lot. Salute to my man Kev. He said, just pay Josh Hart. He does all the dirty work. We forget how much the Knicks changed when he arrived. Energy, toughness, heart, and now a champion. Yo, you know what? That, Kev, what you're saying is the realest talk ever. But the problem is, this is his. Oh, another thing too, Kev. Oh, you could get money on the side. When Melo made that statement, even though his numbers was wrong about Brunson not getting back the $113 million, he's right. You're not getting that money in endorsements. You're not getting $100 million in endorsements. Most players do not make more money off the field. Very few players do that. You talk about MJ, he's an anomaly. Most athletes don't got billions of dollars in deals or multiple hundreds of millions of dollars in deals the way LeBron and the bald-headed guy had. That's the select few. So yes, LeBron is a billionaire. He could afford to take a 3.99 minimum. That's not the average player. You don't know what Josh Hart is generating from these endorsement deals. That's one. You don't know what is his number. So we can't talk like we know what's good for Josh Hart. So yeah. We got you TV deals outside. So yeah, take this $10 million. Huh? I laid it out on the table. The brother said that this is his last contract. He wants to disappear. There is no commercials. There's no ESPN. He doesn't want to be involved in basketball when he retires. So maybe he knows there's a number that works for he and his family. And who are we to say, well, you could take less? I don't like it. And then when we're saying what a man is not, when that man was instrumental in you winning the championship. So this is a real situation. Now, I don't believe there's trouble in paradise. I think that, it's the mafia, all jokes intended. It's not a real mafia, relax. But, they all CAA. They all down with CAA, man. So it should be easy to get a deal done. And maybe the delay isn't they having trouble. It just is like, yo, we just chilling right now. We're going to put pressure on the league and make them sweat. We're going to make them wait. And on the final hour, deal is done right before the season. So now you don't have to talk to us about this contract extension all throughout the year. These guys are on another level, man. But when I played the James Harden clip, that was one of the realest clips I ever seen from James Harden because he's telling the truth, bro. He sacrificed his whole game. And y'all said, well, he can't dribble to a championship, so he stopped dribble. He took less money, and he still didn't win the championship. So only reason why I played that is to show you that the thought that guys got to take less, like that's going to guarantee something, is not guaranteeing nothing. Because even Knicks fans, even if Donovan Mitchell took less money, do you think that they would beat the Knicks? I think not. I'm going to take a couple of more calls. Hold on. Uh-oh, damn, hold on. Oh, my goodness. See, why we had to do this to my brother, man? Now he going to call back. Oh, goodness. I really don't want to talk about football. Let's see where he's going to go. Hopefully he's calling to speak to J-Tap about this. J-Tap, man, see, you getting me in trouble, man. Oh, my goodness. Let me see where Ty wants to go. Hopefully he answers the line.
You.
Oh, man. I see you triggered, man.
No. It's no smoke. It's no smoke.
We good?
I love
okay,
that
all right,
because,
cool.
Yeah, no. We keep a football over there. We'll do something together with football. Yeah,
maybe we do a special members show on that.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll do that. So we all, we can go all get our displeasures out about each other's team. But one thing we agree on, we can't stand them damn Patriots. That's what we'll stick to that.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's 100%. They're the arch nemesis for sure.
Right. No, okay, KP. So you know me, I don't pocket watch. I don't care. I want Josh to get what he can get. And you know what you just basically made? The statement you made, I'm going to get on Harden first, but you know what you basically said to me? I didn't even know all of that part about Josh, and he said that. Josh is retiring a Knicks fan, and Josh is expecting to win another couple of championships. Period. Josh is retiring a Knicks player, not a Knicks fan, a Knicks player.
Knicks player,
and he's expecting to win at least another 1 or 2 championships. When you make that type of statement, you're basically saying you've seen the mountaintop. No pun intended, but he's basically saying this is it for him, right? And this team is it. If Josh made that statement, he's not planning to be traded. He's not planning to be let go by the Knicks. So Josh, and that's why, to me, you're right. He's probably going to get as much as he can from the Knicks that he can, but reasonably, right? Because think about it. If he stays with the Knicks and tries to ask for his money and it's going to hurt the team's chances of winning the championship, he's going to be what? He's going to be moved or not get to, So he's speaking concedingly like, you know what? Yeah, nah. I plan on, this is it for me. It's my last. Okay, this is your last. Okay, so you plan on actually, well, we call it a pay cut, but he's planning on making a deal with the Knicks that's for him and his family. It suffices for him and his family for what they want to do and what the Knicks want to do. And I think that's what he's basically saying subliminally, right? For those who can read between those lines, right?
Right.
So that's what I think, because if he asks for a certain amount, he knows he's going to be traded. And if he say he don't want to be traded no more, and he don't want to, and this is his last contract or whatever, it's hard for me to believe that Josh is leaving the Knicks and being traded to another team. That, to me, it sounds like he's saying, I'm willing to work with the Knicks as long as my family is taken care of. And when I was talking about his off the field and off the court endeavors, he does. He got the alcohol. He got the glass. He got all type of stuff going on right now. So I think Josh is getting into business mode. And for him to say he's looking to not, deal with basketball after this. Right. So I think he's getting his boss hat put on. He's putting on his boss hat and preparing to get up, get up out of here.
Behind the scenes,
gracefully.
low key
Right.
businessman. There's another guy that played in the NBA that's like one of the richest guys ever. He wasn't the greatest player. I can't remember his name. But he retired and he went. You don't see him, but he's doing his thing.
There you go. And so, but I'm sorry, man. I don't agree with the Harden. I mean, I believe it's the realest thing he said, but it ain't the realest thing he's done. And you say, Ty, what do you mean? First of all, James Harden, okay, you took pay cuts because you needed somebody else to come over and help you win a championship, right? You, James Harden, did not develop your game for crunch time, clutch time, playoff atmosphere. You didn't, James Harden. Everybody you got with James Harden, you did not win with them, and you got put together with superstars, bro. So I don't feel sorry. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for James Harden. Yeah, you had to take a pay cut because you knew that you didn't have the heart, no pun intended, to go ahead and put the team on your back to get it done. You needed somebody else over there, bro. And so you sitting up here getting on the airwaves talking this crazy talk. Well, this is your fault. Okay, we commend you. You took a pay cut. But what happened? When the pressure got to cooking, James Harden disappeared again and again and again. Even till 25, 26 season, you did the same thing against us. So James Harden, please, relax. Relax, bro. No, I don't feel sorry for James Harden with that. Now, when you're talking about Brunson, let Brunson go on that worldwide tour of playing with other perennials, all-stars, and first team, and see what Brunson would have done. We see what he did with Luka. Right. Thank you, KD.
Yeah, he's winning championship. You put him with anybody. You put him with KD, they winning the championship. 100%.
Thank you, family. You're gonna put Brunson with Spider and give him and you're gonna give him Mobley and Allen and Wade shooting a three. You think he's not gonna pull Cleveland to the finals and possibly win a championship? You don't think Mobley and Allen would have teamed up on Wemby? Come on, we gotta stop it.
That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy.
You hear what I'm saying? So we can say that, you know what, it's Jalen Brunson, and he is the anomaly, and he did set the tone, but you gotta have his heart. In order for you to have his heart, you kind of got to go through what he went through, right? You kind of got to go through being, labeled as not, he don't got the perfect height. He's not athletic. You don't look like he got that dog in him. All the narrative that they spewed at Jalen Brunson, all he did was prove him wrong. But James Harden, what was it, James? You went to the finals at OKC with Kevin Durant and a young Westbrook. Westbrook already retired. Kevin Durant already got 2 chips. So, James Harden, what is your excuse, James? You went to Houston. You got the biggest bag you could have thought of, all right? Then you can't, James, what is it? Stop getting on the airway blaming these GMs and these owners and GMs. They can't dribble the basketball and shoot it for you, James. All they can do is pay you for your projection and pay you for what you've done. And what have you done? Your projection looked good, but you didn't do a daggone thing in the league, really, bro. You are a good player. Nobody's taking that from you, but you're not a clutch player. And those clutch players are who win championships, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't defend his performance because he's like you said, he's had some disappearing acts. But I was just saying that, you can't compare everyone to Brunson. Like Brunson is Brunson. Like they try to get on Mitchell. I seen it. They're like, Mitchell, he's selfish. Why would Mitchell sacrifice 30? I don't want to disparage nobody because they listening, but
no, I was one of them. You talking right to the horse's mouth. That was me. That was me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was one of them. I own mine. I was one of them. But as talking to you and talking to some of the Knicks Nation, the fans, you know what I'm saying? You, Trey, Fig, even D, y'all was bringing sense into me when it came to Mitch. And I'm like, you know what, let me go do my own homework on this because, yeah. Right? And it's like, okay, Mitch, kick rocks. Don't come back. We don't want you back. I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we didn't pay you. I'm glad. You know what I mean? And it's not, I'm not hating. It's just that if you got guys, if Josh Hart, before he came to when he came to the Knicks, took a pay cut, right? Took a pay cut. And we're saying, Josh Hart, take one now. If Josh Hart do not want to take a pay cut right now, I do not blame him. I don't.
That's all I'm trying to say.
I do not blame him.
Bingo.
You can't count. Like, that man has a family, and he's in it's called tax bracket. He's in a different tax bracket, and he wants to remain there for the duration of his life with his family. So once you reach, any of y'all, once you get to the highest position in your life, you don't ever want to leave that tax bracket. It comes with a lot of perks. You live differently. You think differently. You are 100%. Different. So don't ask nobody to, go from to the top and to be like, no, it's okay to be at the bottom again. No, it's not.
Hell no.
No, it's not. And I don't want my kids to experience what I experienced. No.
Bingo. Now you got to go be in the big three.
Right.
No, salute to the big three. No, I don't mean that. No. But
I know what you mean, though. Right, I know what you mean. Because those guys, a lot of those guys, see, the big three for me, and I'm going to get out of here, and I respect Ice Cube so much.
Of course.
And here's the thing for me. That's my video game when I was young, right? That's my video game. When I was young, we would play, I forget what it was called. If anybody remember in the chat. Huh? NBA Jam. There you go. That's what it is. But just to see some of my former players get out there and play, like Joe Johnson, he be killing. Like, when I see these guys get out there, I'm like, man, I remember ISO Joe. I remember, you know what I'm saying? You see Corey Brewer and them out there, Malik Beasley. I mean, he done made himself the face of that league. But at the end of the day, y'all can't lie and not say if LeBron retired, you would love to see KD and LeBron and them on the big three. But guess what? Because they made their money in the NBA, they did right by their funds and their family.
They don't need to do it for the money. They don't got to go to the big three.
There you go. And so that's the part where the big three looks a little shaky because it got a lot of guys who's playing for money still. And so it looks a little, it doesn't look like the video game where you just adding your best player, your favorite player, you know what I'm saying? So that's the difference, man. And that's what I think. And that's what you're talking about, KP, when it comes to Josh Hart getting the bag, and James Harden. I cringed on that audio. I ain't gonna lie, because it was like, yo, you don't hear Brunson saying I took a pay cut. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear that.
Brunson is different though. Like, we can't compare him to Brunson. Like, Brunson, he is a superhero. Like,
you know why we can? Let me tell you why we can, KP. Let me tell you why. When you look at James Harden's stats and his statistics and his run in this league is phenomenal. He has one asterisk. He didn't win one. But when you're talking about one of the great players of all time playing basketball for the NBA, James Harden, he that guy, right? But what Brunson did, he superseded him by winning a chip while sacrificing and then putting up historic numbers in a playoff run and a championship run. So that's kind of comparing. Now you can compare apples and oranges a little bit because, okay, James Harden had a better tenure, but the playoff run is so historic that now you can compare those two players. But you can't compare their heart and their skill set now, because Jalen Brunson is ultimately my favorite clutch player that I've probably ever seen play outside of, and Michael wasn't my favorite player. So I got to give it, I'm going to concede to Jalen Brunson with that.
There you go.
And personally, for me, I think Jalen Brunson is better than James Harden overall. I mean, I think James have a better handle and all of that stuff. But as far as footwork and getting to the proper positions and clutch shooting and all of that, I'm giving it to Jalen Brunson. And
in the playoffs,
he doubled down on it. He doubled down on it. Didn't he not? He killed him in the playoffs.
Listen, because think about it. We love Big Bodega Cat. I'm not taking a shot, but he played with KD. If I put Brunson with KD, a younger KD,
that's what I'm saying. You hear what I'm saying? Just swap them. Put him with Westbrook. You gonna put Brunson with Westbrook? Oh my good. Oh my good. I'm talking about now. I ain't talking about the Westbrook.
The young one. We talking about the young triple double.
That Kobe Bryant was looking at like absolutely. What?
He's winning the chip.
He's winning a couple chips. You can't put Jalen Brunson.
That's all I'm saying. Because in the playoffs, he's going to take his game to another level. You see, that's what Harden has
done. And guess what? Didn't Harden play? Didn't he play with LeBron James or no? Am I lying? Am I tripping?
Nah, he didn't play with LeBron, but he played with Kawhi and Paul George, the old man team.
There was Kawhi and Paul. Now, y'all going to tell me right now in chat, you put Jalen Brunson with a perennial prime Paul George or Kawhi? If y'all calling OG nothing but a 2.0 Kawhi, and they want one, I'm sorry, you're gonna put him with the actual Kawhi himself?
They don't get it,
win.
man.
Come on, man.
Listen, the thing about Brunson is, you're looking at regular season. But you're not accounting for the regular season, the improvement from regular season. No one has done that since the ball-headed guy, or even
that's a fact.
Probably not even he.
Only two players.
The elevation of the game
that's a fact,
is what makes Brunson special. That's what they like, because Harden dropped 36 in the regular season.
Right.
Brunson's dropping 36 in the playoff. You see the difference?
Right. Or 40 or 45. Hello.
Or 40, right. You see what I'm saying?
In closeout games. Right.
In closeout games. So it's a different level, man. But I appreciate you, Ty, man.
Absolutely, my guy. Absolutely, man.
I got to trigger you tonight, too. We got to talk about Rosen.
Oh, God, man. All right.
All right, man.
All right.
Big time salute.
Cool.
My brother Ty right there. I'm glad that he was willing to leave the football to the side, because I really don't want to have that conversation. Like, I feel like I'm outgunned on the football front. I could have sworn I saw. Oh, I tripping? Wait, what? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, cool. It's right here. I'm still getting used to like the update on the phone line. Hey, L Figgy, what's going on?
What's going on, Karan? What's going on, Chad? Happy Friday, y'all.
Happy Friday. The weather's beautiful in New York. I'm not sure about where you at.
Oh yeah, no, it's beautiful down here, but it's always nice in Florida, man.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if it was raining or but that's fine.
Nah, we had a little, we get our rains, but it rains for like 2 weeks here and then it's sunny the rest of the year. But yeah, what do we talk about? So Leon Rose, I'm going to give him an A+ in terms of GM, because he is the architect, man. He is the brain behind what gave us a championship in 53 years. So I'm going to give him, he put together this team. He put together a group of guys that every other team in the league said was expendable. They said they didn't need them. They didn't need Jalen, Dallas, Toronto didn't need OG, Minnie didn't want Cat anymore. Brooklyn was willing to give up McHale, and Josh was a journeyman, put them together, adds up to a championship. Nobody else would have saw that coming, but Leon sees it. So my guy's got he's got that third eye. He definitely gets an A+ from me, man.
Incredible. I agree. I think he's doing a great job, even though there may be players we want, and but at the end of the day, he's doing a great job navigating the ship, because we still the top of the East. Even Vegas has us as the best in the East right now. So
yeah, no, I'm very comfortable right now, Karan. Like I told you last night, man, I don't have FOMO. I don't have fear of missing out. When I see DeMar DeRozan, I'm glad now he's in Denver. We can put that one to bed now. I'm not worried about anybody. I'm not worried about the Sixers. I'm not worried about anybody. Again, where we're at right now, remember, this was where we were 2 years ago. This Knicks team was constructed to be the championship Celtics of 2 years ago. Remember, that's what we are constructed to do. But what Leon struck upon in putting together this particular group is, there's no one that can beat this group. Not only did we beat the Celtics, not only was he successful in beating that Celtics team 2 years ago when we eliminated them, but now as long as we're healthy, that's the only caveat. As long as we're healthy, there is no one, in my opinion, that can beat us. And now everybody has to prove that they can compete with us. That's why we've got the rest of the league scrambling. Leon's got the whole entire NBA scrambling to try to solve the riddle of how to beat this Knicks team with a Karl Anthony Towns, with an OG Anunoby, with a Jalen Brunson that can go off for 45 in Game 5. There's nobody else in the league that can compete with us, in my opinion. This is why, like I told you, I was cool with LeBron not coming, and I know he wanted to come, but I'm cool with him not coming because, again, he's going to demand the ball. LeBron is not going to just sit down and watch a bunch of other guys. He doesn't want to be a participate. He's not going to be a participation trophy guy. So who's he going to take the ball out of whose hands? Jalen? I don't want that. OG? No, thank you. Cat? So I'm cool with where we're at right now, man. And I'm telling you, Leon Guys, again, he makes his best moves mid-season. Leon does not do pre-season. Before the season starts, Leon doesn't make he doesn't do big acquisition. He doesn't make big moves. He doesn't acquire, big names just because he likes to see where we're at. Then come January and February, then he'll see where we're at and he'll make his adjustments then. OG mid-season, Josh was a mid-season, Jose Alvarado mid-season, and all these guys help to move the needle. I'm cool. Leon, I'm telling you, he's got ideas in his head, but he's being patient and very methodical, surgical. I appreciate him. I appreciate you, Karan, man. I cannot wait, man. I'm telling you, every time we have these chats, man, I can't wait to get my hands on that 82 nights. I want to make notes in that thing. I cannot wait to start journaling. I'm telling you, man, that is a beautiful book. I can't wait to get my hands on it. It is going to make these calls so much, more fun and flow so much better. Keep showing that to the group, because we got new cats in the chat every day and they need to know what's up. They need to know what's up, man. But I'll check in with you if you come back later.
Yes, I think I am. But we got to talk about DeMar. I'm sorry, Figgy. We got to talk about it.
You want to talk about Klay Thompson too? You want to talk about Klay Thompson?
Really I don't care about Klay as much, but DeMar is just damn. We got to talk about it. But all right, Figgy, I appreciate you still.
All right, man. Stay up.
Big time salute. By the way, this is what she's talking about. I got this series. It's called The 82 Nights. And for the first time, we're creating a New York edition. All right. So definitely go get your pre-orders now. I got the link pinned in the description. You can check out my link tree for a limited time. It comes with free shipping. It comes with a lot, man. We're talking about the 12 components, the stat tracking, the players to watch, the 82 nights with the 82 games, fan engagement pages, 10 game review. I mean, it comes with a lot. And I guarantee you, if you get your hands on the 82 nights and you get inside the 82 nights club, it'll expand your basketball knowledge. You're going to look at the game differently, because one of the things it's going to do is it's going to structure your basketball experience, and it's going to put you in a position to accurately capture what's going on. Yeah, this is it right here, man. All you got to do is hit the link tree. All right. I'm still working on the additions because the schedule just came out last week. So I've been putting the final touches on just adding the schedule and the teams and just making it more like a New York kind of thing. And it's going to be fire, bro. So go get yours now, man. Salute to L Figure on that. I do appreciate that plug as well. Big time salute to my man D from LA. He says Pistons equal like the Beam Kings. Says Robert Horry. I don't know. I think they better than that. But maybe he knows more about the Duran situation. Like I said earlier on the Objective Fan Hoops, I was talking about the Pistons. I think their fate relies on how they deal with Duran. Like, if Duran is upset, disgruntled, and wants out, it's going to be hard to replace him, because now you give the other teams the leverage. So if I know you need to trade somebody, I'm not going to give you the package you want. I might have gave you 3 draft picks, but now I might just give you 2 or just 1 and 2 second rounders, right? It's already bad. It's gotten to the point where Peyton Watson got $88 million, right? Duran couldn't get nothing, and he wanted 282 or 272, whatever that super duper max was at the 30% rate. That was the extension that this brother Duran wanted. So we'll see, man. I don't know. I think the Beam Kings is a little low, because the Kings to me is just nothing. You know what? I'm gonna save that Jokic trap for the night. Just thought about that. That Jokic trap topic. I wanted to cover that, but we got some good calls. See what man J Tap wants to say. By the way, we giving away a pair of OG Anunoby, so make sure you guys are in the building.
Hey,
yo, what's good, J Tap?
I'm just chilling. Just another day in the life of a Knicks fan.
So I know this topic is making you upset because it's about Josh Hart. Keep it real.
All right. So I want to start by saying this. So what's the topic for today? I just had to ask. I'm just messing with you. I'm trying to trigger you up top. So Josh Hart, and I said it a billion times. I'm okay. I'm good with him being on the team. I want to improve the starting lineup. put him on the bench, and the bench improves. But my question is, like, I hear people call up saying that he got a family and this, that, and the third. I got a family too. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got to go and get that bread like everybody. I got to take care of him too. So do you, and so does pretty much everybody else in the chat or whatever. And I get it. So imagine you're running a company, and your employee comes up. It's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna retire. I know you finished at the top of the charts in sales or whatever. I'm gonna retire and give me a pay raise. It don't work like that. That's not the way it works. You know what I mean? I don't want somebody on my team that's already thinking about retirement in 2 or 3 years and actually speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? That kind of the guy doesn't even he don't even practice. I can't remember who called up a few days ago and said that there's no one to push him in practice. You know, there's no one tapping on his shoulder. He don't got to look over his shoulder for nothing. There's absolutely no pressure on him, and to me, that's mind-boggling. You know what I mean? I get what he does. You know what I mean? He's like water. He fills up all the empty holes, all the other stuff, and he's clutch at certain times. But at the same time, there's got to be something better out there. And that's the only point I have about Josh Hart. I like the guy. He's a great player. He does what he does at an elite level. But at the same time, if you talk about retiring, and we talk about 2 chips, 3 chips, 4 chips, 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. I don't need that kind of mindset in my starting lineup. That's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you said 4 championships. He could do another 4 years.
Hey, if you're talking about retiring after the first one, come on, man. You got to get up out of here. Nah,
no,
that's
this
the way
was
it works.
even before the first one. See, you got to do your digging. See, I got an advantage because I've watched a lot of roommates podcasts. He was saying how his goal is to get another contract after this contract.
His last one, right?
After this last one, he want to get another one because he wants to get to the 10-year mark. Because remember, you get the pension and the health care.
And that's cool. So when did you hear that? Was it that this year?
That was before the champ. That had to be probably in the beginning. I wouldn't be surprised if that was season 1 of the roommates pod. Like
okay, so that's okay. So then we're 3 years in already. So that means he's trying to. So he's on his last contract right now.
No, the next contract.
Either way, you don't tell. Say Brunson say, you know what, man, we won this ring. Next contract is my last contract. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy to me. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's just me. Maybe it's a mindset. I don't know. Maybe he needs someone to push him in practice, like that caller said a week ago. I can't remember who it was, but that's just the way I think. And as far as Leon Rose, I'm gonna give him an A+ because I say like half jokingly or whatever, like in a Discord. I think he helped write that new CBA agreement. I think he had a heavy hand in it because he works those aprons
he
so
knows
good.
It so well?
He knows it so well. You know what I mean? He's better than anyone else in the league at it, and he knows every nook and cranny of it, and he works it. And
so I got a question. So why Presti is better than him? Why are they putting Presti ahead?
Presti ain't better. When you watch Presti ain't better than him. You better watch it.
That's what they saying. They said
who's
that.
They? Who's they? Who's they? We don't worry about they. We worry about us. We don't worry about them. Do you worry about them?
Yes.
You worry about the other Knicks podcasts when they talk smack about you?
No. Not the
you don't worry about that. That's us.
The media. I'm talking about the media, though.
We the media. We the media.
Content, man.
I don't care. We the content. The Knicks are the content. That's us. That's us. I ain't worried about nobody else. No Browns, no Spurs fan, no Hawks ATL, no.
Call them
I can't remember the Detroit.
Hawks is cool. Hawks ATL
is cool, but yeah, well, are the Hawks cool? I don't like the Hawks.
Not the Hawks, but Hawks ATL. Yeah. He gave me backup on the last show. He said I was right. That show where I blacked out.
Yeah, Hawks ATL. You need to go ahead and change that orange and gold to blue and orange. You know what I mean? Just come
Knicks
on out,
ATL?
man. Come on. Come home, brother. Come on home. Yeah, and like I said, I tell the story all the time. Like, hey, Leon Rose ain't no joke. Summer League last year, I told my son I'm gonna go take a picture of him 5 feet away. He said, "Hey, don't do that." I got my black ass up and walked back to my seat and took my picture from across the court.
Hey,
There's something in the man's eyes. He don't play no games, yo. He don't play no games. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah. On that note, Leon gets an A+. Josh Hart.
That's fire.
Think about retiring. Go to the bench, yo. And that's it. Peace. And Cleo, I see you in the chat. Cleopatra, I know you missed me, girl. Peace.
Big time salute. It's my man J-Tap. We're gonna be doing the giveaway next week. I wanted to respond to my man Ty with the Hart, and I get it. I'm not saying Hart didn't drop the ball, but I feel like sacrificing is risky. That's all. Look, man, I'm gonna be back tonight, man. I do appreciate you guys. Until next time, as always, let's go, Knicks.